Please do not try what you're about to see at home.
3, 2, 1, let's go!
In this souped-up series of MythBusters,
There's so many things that could go wrong right now.
the team is taking it to the test track
If I knew what was going to happen, we wouldn't be doing the test.
to tackle everything from fuel economy
Your results may differ.
to stunts
Get out, get out, get out!
and speed.
Let's drive!
They're throwing it in reverse, slamming the brakes, and driving downright dangerously
I'm gone in a puff of smoke.
so you don't have to. Get ready to uncover the truth about automotive legends and myths. Buckle up for Motor MythBusters Test Track. In this program,
That is so much fun.
a deep dive into driving dangerously.
Can we stop using the word failure and just be like, I didn't succeed?
We test talking on the cell versus driving under the influence.
Officer, would you owe me a beer?
This is just wrong.
Does daring footwear
Whoa! Okay, that was different.
make you deadly behind the wheel?
Whoa, hey, humans weren't meant to wear these things.
Kill the lights.
Grant, Tori, and Jesse go lights out to see if driving in the dark
It's gonna be really, really crazy.
is as risky as it sounds. And Adam and Jamie get lit
I don't know if I've ever had a drink this early in the day.
to try to beat the breathalyzer.
This is definitely going to be a strange day.
Well, this is a first.
What's that? Doing a blueprint in the dark?
Yes, but also a myth about smuggling in the dark. And we're not talking about your old-timey Barbary Coast pirates. We're talking about modern-day smuggling.
Well, tell me about it.
Well, according to the viewers, what people are doing is trying to get, let's say, maple syrup across the Canadian border to the United States. And what they'll do is they'll pick a very low-key border crossing and they'll wait till nightfall. Not just any night, very cold, dark, wintry night where it's almost pitch black. They go through the border and they do their entire journey in complete darkness. And bam, you're a smuggler.
All right, so the myth that we're testing here is, can you drive in the dark without your headlights at speeds and still not hit anything?
Sounds like fun to me.
It's a technique that's been said to be used by smugglers. Turn the headlights off, hit the gas, and race past the border with no one the wiser. But can it be done in the near pitch dark without coming a cropper?
I don't know about this one, you guys. I mean, I have my doubts. It's like, yeah, your eyes can adjust to the dark in 20 minutes, but I mean, are they gonna be able to process images just as fast and as accurately as if you had your headlights on?
Well, that's what we gotta find out, right?
Why don't we do this? We'll do our experiment at an indoor go-kart track. That way we'll have control over the light levels at all times. Then we can do one run with headlights and compare it to a run in complete darkness.
Go-karts, high speeds in the dark? Sounds like a recipe for disaster to me. Let's do it.
As always, there's work to do before the fun starts. The guys are creating a test track like no other. Polystyrene trees are strictly scenery, but wild animals could be a deadly hazard to anyone crazy enough to cruise the 49th parallel with the lights off, eh?
Now, if you were smuggling maple syrup across the Canadian border, one obstacle you might encounter would be a moose. I'm going with the material that is gonna break away when we hit him with the car. So I'm gonna make the moose out of styrofoam. Hurry up, we need those done by lunch.
In fact, the team has till nightfall to ready the props for the great syrup smuggle.
The moose.
Grant's found a venue that's willing to stay up late.
So to put this myth to the test, we couldn't just go out on city streets and drive around with no headlights. That'd be way too dangerous. To test this out, we need a venue that's controlled and repeatable, where we can test things out safely, scientifically, and most importantly, sensibly.
But seriously, this is the plan. We're gonna drive this course in the dark, once with the headlights on and then with them off.
We're gonna be racing against the clock, not against each other.
And we're gonna try to go go as fast as we can without crashing.
Yeah, because if you crash, that means you got caught by the cops.
And to make sure we don't remember the course, we're gonna drive the first round in one direction.
And then the second time around, we'll go completely backwards because there's no way we can remember that.
Sounds like a plan, but let's not put the cart before the moose. They still need to litter the track with some natural impediments. Hiding somewhere around a corner, our surprise moose will test the driver's reaction time.
Have to get another one. This one's not trained very well. Yeah, that's good.
And dropped randomly at the end of the straight,
Perfect.
this log will test their long-range visual acuity. But that's not all.
Now, our third and final obstacle tests whether you can read a sign and make a snap decision. Both of these signs have four-letter words that begin with C. Obviously, you want to go towards the cafe and not the cops.
And here's a timely thought. If they can't see in the dark,
Now, I know what you're asking yourself. Wait a minute. If you guys are driving in the dark, how are we gonna see? I'll tell you how. Kill the lights. We have special infrared cameras and infrared lights that will allow you to see what we're doing. But just because you can see what we're doing doesn't mean we can see what we're doing. To us, it's still pitch black.
ultimate success depends on not getting caught and not crashing. But a good smuggling trip is also a fast one. So each of our would-be felons takes one hot lap to see just how fast they are with the headlights on.
Here I go.
The track is tight and the moose is lurking, but Grant's not holding back.
And he misses the moose.
Wait for the log, wait for the log.
And he gets around the log.
Approaching the finish without a scratch, Grant's in provisional pole position.
And he's going down the right path.
That's pretty cool.
So Tori and then Jesse each take their turns, anxious to beat Grant's time without bouncing the cars off the scenery. Unseen by the drivers, the obstacles are all repositioned from one lap to the next. They were all fast and faultless. No mean feat on a twisting track without streetlights.
Lights.
Oh.
That was so much different than just regular daylight.
Yeah, it's way scarier.
All right, let's go check the leaderboard.
What?
It's glory for Tori, but just by a whisker.
All right, well, at least you've got it control now.
Yes. Now the hard part. It's time to drive in complete darkness.
No headlights. Have I told you guys that I'm afraid of the dark?
Perfect.
It's gonna be funny.
My prediction for what it's gonna be like without headlights, impossible. It's gonna be really, really crazy.
Considering that I can't even walk around this course in the dark, Grant's chances of making it to the course in the go-kart, I think are not gonna be good.
To improve his odds of survival, Grant's giving his eyes a chance to adjust. In a few minutes, his pupils will dilate, allowing more light to pass through to the retina.
Apparently, one of the key factors in human night vision is a chemical in the rod cells of the eye called rhodopsin. It's actually bleached out in normal light, and it takes about 20 minutes of darkness to regenerate. So that's how long we'll spend sitting in the dark.
At the test track, it's now pitch black.
How's that look? You tell me, I can't see.
To counter the possibility that he's memorized the track from his last run, Grant will sit off in the opposite direction.
This is one of those things that is just so crazy. If it wasn't for the sound of the engine and the squealing of the wheels, it would be just like a nightmare. Just these blurry shapes rushing past you, and then wham, something's right in your face. I mean, it is a totally surreal experience.
After crawling his way around the rest of the course, Grant finally crosses the line. And the news is not good.
You totally almost did it.
Look, I was making such good time, and then there was a moose right in the middle of the road. And then I might have grazed it, and I hit the wall.
You know what? I hate to tell you, from the get-go, you went down the wrong path, and you got caught by the cops.
In other words, Grant flunked the test. But can Jessie do any better?
It was fairly close to what I had expected. I knew I was going to be hesitant in stepping on the gas.
She missed the moose, but the log is not so lucky.
I think I still have the log attached to me.
And now for the man voted most likely to burn rubber in a drive-thru.
All right, so I have been sitting in the dark for 20 minutes. My eyes are completely adjusted. And you know what? I'm actually surprised at how well I can see right now.
With nary a trip nor a stumble, Tori makes his way to the cart. The flag drops, and he's off to a start that's more like a stop.
That was so hard. I couldn't see anything. I had to get like 6 feet away from the sign before I could even tell which way to go.
Jessie, of course, had the same problem. But it's what happens next that shocks the fans. The lethal lack of light has turned Tori timid.
Can't we just fast forward this?
Not while he's doing it.
You cannot see anything. I mean, you see shapes here and there, but you have no idea. You're gonna crash into something at any moment. The fact that I didn't hit the moose or the log, I think I just got lucky.
Tori was far and away the slowest. Then again, he's the only one who didn't crash or drive straight to the cops.
I'm the only one that made the delivery, but I mean, look how long it took me.
With a lap that was 4 times longer than his effort with headlights, this myth is veering off course. Then Jessie decides to steer straight for the cliff.
And we're missing one huge thing here.
What's that?
What happens when a car comes in oncoming direction and shines their headlights right in our face?
You know, that's a good point. I mean, that would totally ruin your night vision.
It sure would. And in the interest of proper procedure, we're about to put that to the test. These night vision goggles are legal in the US, but not in Canada. Still, I don't suppose that would deter a depraved syrup smuggler.
All right, now how are we gonna determine that I've been caught?
Well, she's gonna try and ram you, hit your bumper, turn your car, do whatever it takes to stop you. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Okay, lights out.
So can technology work where the human eye failed? Tori's first few laps are fast and bouncy.
Seeing is not a problem. Being able to judge how far you are from objects or seeing around you, that is the problem. I mean, it is truly tunnel vision. You have no depth of field, you have no peripheral vision. I mean, I must have banged into the wall, you know, half a dozen times.
Now, Officer Jessie gives chase. And you get the feeling it won't be long before justice catches up with our scoundrel.
And then you have the cop chasing you, and, you know, that's a whole new game where it's like now you have the stress of somebody catching you, and you're having to react quickly.
But what's the ultimate verdict?
I mean, you can drive with the night vision goggles, but as soon as you started chasing me, I had to speed up, and my reaction time had to speed up. And having tunnel vision, basically, I totally misjudged that last turn. It crashed in the wall, and that's when you smacked into me and stopped me.
So driving with night vision goggles might help a little, but less than we'd hoped. The myth is first tested, totally busted.
And is it dangerous?
Yeah, absolutely.
Driving with the lights out is indeed a recipe for disaster. Fortunately, that's not something the average Joe does on a daily basis. But our next myth
Could you repeat that again?
is a different story.
Officer, would you owe me a beer?
Come on, admit it. You know you do it. Talk on the cell phone while driving. And deep down, you know it's dangerous. But is it as dangerous as that other driving taboo?
The myth is that it is just as dangerous to drive while talking on a cell phone as it is while driving drunk.
Well, obviously, you know, while you're dialing, your eyes are not on the road. But what we really need to pinpoint is whether the conversation itself is dangerous.
Yes.
Yeah, people seem to be under the impression that if you're at a stoplight, it might be okay to dial because you're not moving, but then it's okay to talk once you actually get moving. And that's the key thing about this myth. Is it, in fact, safe to talk on a cell phone while you're driving?
That's what we're going to test.
Today's test track is the Russell Racing School at the Infineon Raceway in Napa, California.
The plan we've got today is that both Carrie and I are the test subjects. We're actually going to do the Russell Racing School course here. They've got several different driving skills to test on us.
First, they'll each run a control lap, sober and cell phone free, to get acquainted with the test track. Then they'll navigate the test track again, only this time while Jamie distracts them with a cell phone call.
I can't hear that.
Finally, they'll knock back a few cold ones, take a police-administered breathalyzer test, and then climb back behind the wheel for their last lap.
Oh, man.
This is a tough one because I do notice on occasion talking on a cell phone that it's easy to zone out. Whether that's equivalent to driving while drunk, which I've never done, I have no idea.
Before they attempt the skills course impaired, they'll firstly each try a control run.
Hey, how you doing? I'm Jamie. Mark Wallachachuk. Hi, Mark.
Mark Wallachatiuk, chief instructor of the Russell Racing School, takes them both through the route.
I'm ready.
Go.
Are you ready?
Go.
First challenge, accelerating to 30 miles per hour and stopping at the sign.
If you don't get to 30, you're going to fail that part of it. If you don't stop at the stop sign, you're going to fail that part of it. Of course, nobody stops like this, do they?
I don't.
Apparently, neither does Adam.
You can't go into the other lane.
Then there's everybody's favorite, parallel parking.
Oh, man.
Just ran into a lady to get lined up in the cross. Darn.
I still can't park.
The time trial comes next.
Your job is to average 15 miles an hour through the whole course. So if you go too fast or too slow, then you're going to fail that part of it.
And now the time.
Now into time. Easy to get going fast there.
Yeah.
And you got to be at least 10 miles an hour around here. You got it.
And for the pièce de résistance, the accident avoidance challenge.
You'll drive up at, say, 30 miles an hour. I'll say left, right, or center. You've got to make that lane change and then, you know, get through that particular lane change. All right, so now what we got to do without the brakes?
Without the brakes.
A little over 25, 27. Okay. Go. Okay. Left. Fail. We got to pull. And right. Oh, good. I made it.
Kind of takes you back to those driver ed days, doesn't it?
How did I do?
Well, that's pretty good. We were a little quick for what we call the road drive. You're very good at the parking. Every time you turn, I'm going to want to see checking both sides and signaling.
For the whole test?
Yeah, even.
Okay.
So that's a pass. It's all good.
And Carrie?
I have a sneaking suspicion that I'm a really, really bad driver.
That wasn't bad. You need to practice your parking, which not many people do. But so I failed you on that. The rest of it, you did actually very good in the accident avoidance part. That was really close. That was good. So overall, you passed.
With the control run passed, it's time to break out the cell phones and try a more distracted lap.
For the cell phone test, I'll be off on the sidelines talking into a cell phone and delivering 3 different types of tasks to the driver in the car. The first one is repeat the sentence. They just have to repeat what I've said. The second one is
a verbal puzzle. They have to actually think about what their answer is going to be. And then the third one is a monologue where they have to list 5 different things about some particular subject that I'll give them. There's no doubt in my mind that their driving performance is going to be significantly reduced.
I'm a little nervous about it. I don't think I'm gonna do very well on this one.
Okay, go. All right, if I say Jack stole Ann's ball, who's the thief?
That would be, Jack.
Jack.
Okay, repeat the sentence. The driver was stopped for driving 67 miles per hour in a 20-mile-per-hour zone.
The driver will stop the driving in a 15-mile-per-hour zone. I did it?
No, you missed it.
Driving this course was insane trying to talk on the cell phone. You could not pay attention to both at the same time.
If you see a picture with a diamond, a rectangle, and a circle, and the circle is to the right of the rectangle and directly above the diamond, is the rectangle right above the diamond?
I have no idea. Rectangle. Could you repeat that again?
Which girl is taller if Jane is shorter than Kim?
Kim is taller. Kim is taller.
Give me 5 things that are part of your daily work or activities.
Kissing ass. Drilling and tapping. Doing my hair. Doing on-camera PMPs. And, yoga. Making phone calls. And, oh, man. Driving to work. Checking my email. And avoiding phone calls from certain people. And...
Here they come, racing to the finish line. And the winner is?
That was awful. That was absolutely awful.
We actually gave her a fail for the overall course.
And Adam?
He did end up failing. He failed half of the elements.
That makes the MythBusters 0 for 2.
There are a ton of studies and a lot of conflicting data about how much talking on a cell phone actually affects your driving.
Yeah, one study actually showed that a simple conversation wouldn't affect driving at all.
Yeah, but a British study did extensive testing with things like memory tests, reasoning, and mental arithmetic, and found that it did heavily affect your ability to drive. And that was the first study to actually compare it to a benchmark of something we know is dangerous, which is driving under the influence of alcohol.
So it's back to the test track. Yep, there's only one way to test this one. And to feel the effects of the booze quicker, they've fasted since last night.
I haven't eaten since I woke up. I've got a kind of hunger headache. It's a hot day out here, and I expect it's going to get me pretty toasty.
But not too toasty. The catch is they need to ensure their blood alcohol ratio remains below 0.08, the legal limit for operating a motor vehicle in California. Or the experiment will be called off. So they've called in a few of San Rafael's finest to administer breathalyzers 15 minutes after every beer down.
Okay, start drinking now.
Cheers. Cheers. Yeah, it's a tough job, but someone's got to do it. Cheers.
I'm actually surprised that I'm a little cockeyed. 1 beer, empty stomach.
What I need you to do is just put your mouth over this tube here and blow.
1 beer, and 15 minutes later, Carrie's ready for the test.
Okay.
Slow or hard?
Yeah, I'll hold on to this hard. Okay. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Go, 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 go. Okay. Okay, there you are right there. 0.038.
Halfway there.
That means I get another beer? Officer, would you have me a beer?
You're next, Adam.
Go, 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 go. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Go, go, go. There.
I bet I need another beer. Oh, 0.027. 0.027. It sounds like I have a lot more to drink.
Now there's something you don't hear every day.
Keep going, keep going, keep going.
Closer, but you can go higher, Carrie.
What do you say she completes the other half beer and
It's not even half, it's like a third.
0.51. 051. I think I need another beer. Here we go.
Let's hope Carrie's second beer's a charm.
There you go.
075.
That's
You're
it.
right there. Beautiful.
All right, we can't get any more. 075.
And Adam's third tips the scales.
07. 07. All right.
Good. All right.
Let's try with 07.
They're rocked. Now it's time to roll.
Oh my God, you're getting in my car?
Yep, our brave instructor is once again putting his life on the line to grade their performances.
Being the fact that we're only going to potentially knock over a few cones, I'm just fine.
Let's hope Carrie's driving isn't that bad.
And go.
First obstacle, the brake test. That's a stop sign, Carrie. Slow down. Stop.
We did go past the stop sign here right off the bat by about 4 or 5 feet, so we ended up in the crosswalk.
Not a promising start. And parallel parking is up next.
Actually, I gave her the parking. It was one of her best efforts. It was marginally good.
Here comes the road timing test. Remember, it's got to be done in 45 seconds. Uh-oh, 30 seconds. That's going to cost you. Hope you do better on the accident avoidance test.
We pretty much killed a couple cones over in the accident avoidance.
Or maybe not.
I also think I took out a few cones.
A few cones? You slew half the obstacles, Carrie. That's what's known as a failure.
Can we stop using the word failure and just be like, I didn't succeed? I am feeling a little bit tired and tipsy, and I'm definitely done with this experiment because I don't usually drink beers during the day in the sun. So all I want to do is go to sleep now and maybe eat something. I'm done with my...
Go ahead, Carrie, indulge. You've earned it.
I'm gonna eat pizza in a minute. That's all I really care about.
You'll get your reward soon enough, Adam.
Adam, how we doing?
And go.
Assuming you can ever park.
Well, we saw the parking, so that was a little off. There was a couple times that I reminded him to look both ways, and I gave him kind of a half fail on that.
He's coming down the home stretch. Just one challenge left.
The only thing with the accident avoidance, he did do it, but he kind of slowed down through the whole thing.
It's not looking good, Adam. Like Carrie, you failed nearly half the course.
Kind of a 2.5 fails, I guess. is
So
what I'll
you
call
just,
it.
like, kind of suck.
Just,
I don't kind of suck. I mean, I was definitely impaired enough that, you know, it's the sort of impaired you want to keep people off the road at that level.
That's right. Not only is drinking and driving not smart, it's illegal and very dangerous. So, what's the final word?
Clearly, the results show that talking on the cell phone or driving is potentially as dangerous as driving drunk.
I mean, we failed both the cell phone and the drunk driving tests, but we failed the cell phone test by a much bigger margin. However, all that being said, I still think that you can always put down the cell phone if something's happening that you've got to deal with. You can't exactly, so at least I can't exactly just stop being drunk.
So what do you reckon? Confirmed, busted, or plausible?
It's absolutely confirmed.
I agree, confirmed.
I'm a little shocked.
There's no denying the dangers of drink driving, but some folks believe they can outsmart the fuzz and get away with it. To find out if it's possible to beat a breath test, Adam and Jamie are taking one for the team.
This is definitely going to be a strange day.
Here we are at the San Francisco Police Department Crime Lab, and we've got the breath tester, and we're going to get drunk today, I think, and see whether we can get around the breath test.
Well, there's a lot of myths out there that are really kind of strange about all these substances you can use to potentially beat the breath test.
You know, Adam, I don't think any of this stuff is going to work.
I don't think any of things are going to work either, but it's up to us to imbibe and then further imbibe all of these things to show this.
So the idea is to get drunk, then put different products in their mouths to try to fool the breath test machine into giving a lower reading. The San Francisco Police Department generously offered its crime lab for the day. Officer Bruce Gendron will be watching over Adam and Jamie. Adam's drink of choice this time is scotch. Neat. Jamie's mixing vodka with cranberry juice.
I don't know if I've ever had a drink this early in the day. Nostrovia, Kampai, Prost.
Right there with you, buddy.
In California, you're considered legally intoxicated with a blood alcohol concentration of 0.08. Spirits are about 40% alcohol. How many the guys need to reach the limit depends largely on their weight and how fast they drink.
A little bit of food to cut the alcohol. I'm lit. It's like 1 in the afternoon and I'm lit.
Food does slow alcohol's absorption into the bloodstream, but their livers can only metabolize 1 drink an hour, and just 5% of alcohol is expelled through urine. Put simply, their bodies can't keep up.
So we've had 13 drinks over 3 hours. I know I'm drunk, but I can't even remotely tell that you're drunk. It's kind of annoying. I want to see you like put a lampshade on your head or something.
Sorry, bub.
All right, let's go. I feel totally fine. Allow me to place this on your breath testing machine and I'll be happy to be tested.
You are pretty smelly. That's it, keep it up. Listen to the music, and that's what we're trying to do, is keep that sound going. Very good. That's good. Yeah,
1-1.
1-1.
All right, finally. Woo, we're at 1-1. We're over the limit. I'm guessing Jamie goes to 0.9. I think the extreme difference in muscle mass will make Jamie process alcohol a lot more efficiently than I do, apparently.
He's doing fine. You just sit over there and be quiet. It's rough enough having one of you here, but having two.
Of course I'm causing trouble.
Yep, 09.
09, legally drunk.
Legally drunk and illegal behind the wheel. Strangely enough, the first refuge of a driver pulled over in this condition seems to be breath mints.
Right after you get stopped, and we're making it up to the vehicle, and you can see them rushing around in the car trying to find mints or trying to find anything to put in their mouth. But it's also...
A trackside sobriety test quickly reveals how the guys are faring.
I don't want you looking down. Okay, now stop. I want you to turn around just on the balls of your feet. With your right index finger, touch your nose. I think you just fell asleep. Can I have you keep your arms next to your side?
To prove a driver is drunk, police usually rely on a breath test. Because alcohol is carried by the blood into the lungs and exhaled, the amount of alcohol on the person's breath is proportional to the amount in their bloodstream. Over the limit, the guys will now try to beat the breath test, using products that urban legend has it will confuse the machine. First up, those mints.
All right, I'm gonna take 2 of these, okay?
Will getting rid of the smell get rid of the alcohol?
Ooh. Okay, that's minty.
1-0.
1-0. Fat lot of good that did me.
He's still blowing over 0.08. Maybe something with a stronger smell?
Your best bet is probably to hold your nose, literally, and just take a big bite out of this onion.
My eyes are watering here. Let's try and see if you were able to fool us. Nice and steady. Keep going. Keep going. That's good. That's good. Jamie, that was an 08.
The onion didn't do anything.
Some breath testing machines act like a fuel cell. The more alcohol blown in, the higher the electrical current produced. That could well have sparked the myth that keeping a battery in your mouth would beat the test.
I gotta suck on the battery now?
You get the battery.
Yeah, I'm letting you off easy, baby.
Being able to put a battery in your mouth and keeping it there without me knowing that it's there would be very, very difficult.
I would agree with him. It would be very difficult to talk with a battery in my mouth.
I'd say you're charged. It's a 1-0.
A second type of tester relies on a chemical reaction. Perhaps throwing a little extra copper into the mix will fool it.
You ready? Nice, steady blow. That's it. Very good, thank you. 0.09. Pennies don't work.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen.
Another pseudo-scientific myth suggests hyperventilating might cleanse the lungs of alcohol for just long enough to pass.
All right. 1-1.
But that doesn't work either. In fact, the myths are running dry. One last contender, mouthwash.
One wonders where you do this in a car while the police are like coming around to your window, but nonetheless, we'll try it.
Just nice and steady again.
0.43.
4-3.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, 0.43. Yeah, that's way gone.
Something's causing a false reading. A little higher at 0.5 is lethal. To iron out glitches like that, police always test you twice.
Very good. One, 3.
So it would appear that mouthwash doesn't work at all. I mean, even if they got two readings that were grossly out of sync, all they do is take your blood test, and your blood test would tell them exactly how much alcohol you have in your system. It would seem that nothing works.
On MythBusters, they do what it takes. 13 drinks, a mouthful of onion, batteries, pennies, and hyperventilating. It appears to be a sobering warning for any potential drunk driver.
Using the machine, you will be busted.
So what do you think? Is this myth busted?
I'd say it's pretty fairly busted.
Pretty fairly busted. I'd say it's definitively busted. You can't beat the breath test.
With that settled, the guys are moving on to the most daring of our dangerous driving myths. A drag race, if you will.
How's that fit in?
Well, the myth is that there are certain types of shoe wear so poorly designed for driving that they actually make you into a dangerous driver.
You don't actually think I'm going to wear those, do you?
In fact, I do.
Could it be true that wearing certain types of footwear will turn you into a hazard of the highway? To find out, they're heading straight to the test track.
So, we got a closed course and a car with racing harnesses in it.
What could be a better day?
Where they're planning a stunt driving shoe showdown.
Brought out an old friend, Marv Ruff, who is an instructor at the Alameda County EVOC Training Center. So Marv is going to bring us back up to speed, and he may even teach us a few new tricks.
Yep, before they can begin their testing, the guys first need to hone their handling.
So what's first?
We're gonna try a reverse 180.
Awesome.
This is going to be fun.
Jamie and I are going to line up a bunch of complicated driving maneuvers.
Just remember, let the car do the work.
We're going to get really good at them.
A little more speed now. That was nice.
And then we're going to see if it's even remotely possible to do them in some fancy footwear.
Whoa! That is so much fun.
And there's more fun to come. because those silky stunt skills are going to be the basis for a fancy footwear test track.
Oh, that's the end of the straightaway.
And to say it's extreme is an understatement.
The first part of our course is accident avoidance. The moment that light changes, Jamie has to choose a lane. Accident avoidance means not hitting any cones. It also means not hitting any people. After accident avoidance comes the forward 180, which we've been practicing. He's gotten pretty good at it, too. He's got to nudge this pedestrian. Then he goes into a reverse 180. Like that. The reverse 180 leads naturally to a zigzag slalom, which requires very precise application of both the gas and the brake, something that might be very difficult with weird shoes. And the whole thing gets timed. It's to try and get the best possible time.
Yep, a time trial is the ideal way to put the shoes through their paces. And first up is the control, the regular shoes benchmark.
Regular shoes, control test in 3, 2, 1, go.
The course is working out great. To make it through quickly, you have to move your foot from pedal to pedal, back and forth, back and forth, and back and forth. It's working fine with the shoes that I've got on, but what it does with fancy footwear, we'll see.
All right, well, your first one was 122, second was 121. I think that's your benchmark.
Okay.
My turn.
3, 2, 1, go.
When Jamie and I set up this course, we were looking for something that would force us to drive at the very limit of our ability, and that's pretty much exactly what this thing does. If any kind of alternative shoe wear is going to inhibit my ability to drive at all, it's going to show up on this course. How'd I do?
117.
117. I've been hitting that every time. I guess that's my benchmark. That's pure fun right there.
They've burned through their control laps in times that the hazardous heels might find hard to match.
Like that smell of burning rubber, don't you?
Not really.
Well, our controls are done, though.
Yep, it's time to move on to the other stuff.
To some fancy footwear.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
The guys have selected snow boots, wedges, and 4-inch high heels as the types of shoes most likely to cause difficulty driving.
Now it's time to put this story to the test. It's why we're wearing our driving shoes.
This is just wrong.
Seriously, this could be dangerous, so stop laughing. Seriously, stop laughing.
Yeah.
Shall we?
Yeah.
All right.
These red heels are hard enough to walk in, let alone drive.
I'm glad. Oh, hey. Humans weren't meant to wear these things.
But when the rubber hits the road, how will these shoes affect Adam's ability to control the pedals?
Okay, red shoes in 3, 2, 1, go.
Unfortunately for Adam, there seems to be trouble from the very start.
Harder to get up to speed because I'm pointing my toe.
Because of the narrow toe.
Whoa! Okay, that was different.
And the towering heel.
Into the reverse 180, ladies and gentlemen.
Shifting from pedal to pedal seems harder.
Whoa, just a little understeer there, eh?
But Adam and his stilettos do stay the distance.
Come on, baby. Let's get home. Daddy's got a new pair of shoes.
And he completes the lap. But how much of high heels hampered his handling?
How did I do?
I don't know. What do you think?
I feel like, if anything, I was a couple seconds slow.
Nope, you were right on the money. 117.
No way!
Yep.
Adam has matched his control time exactly. 1 minute 17.
Freaking hell, that's hilarious.
In red 4-inch high heels.
Ah, nothing like a good pair of driving shoes.
But will there be a spike
All right.
in Jamie's lap time?
You know, I might have a problem doing this if I was more insecure than I am. As it is, it's just another day on the job.
All right, high-heeled shoes driving test in 3, 2, 1, go.
Jamie tries his hardest to put the pedal to the metal.
I think I'm getting a sense as to where this story comes from. So far, so good. I mean, just look at these things. They look awkward. They feel awkward. They don't feel like they're efficient things to be able to drive a car with.
How do you think you did?
I don't know, about the same?
Exactly the same. 1 minute, 21 seconds.
Well, there you go.
Time to move it up a notch.
Ready with the wedges?
I'm totally ready, and I'm sparkly.
Go.
With a higher heel and an open toe, the wedges take some getting used to.
I felt my foot catch a little bit on the accelerator pedal there.
But on the test track,
But I don't really feel like it's getting in my way.
for both Adam
118.
and Jamie,
1 minute, 22 seconds. Pretty much right on the money.
it's left them with one last pair, the bunny boots.
Let's do it.
Okay, snow boots. In 3, 2, 1, go.
The early signs are promising.
Oh, wow, yeah. Oh, I might have lost some real time there.
But the stopwatch barely skips a beat.
119.
119, wow. Just a little bit slower.
Not by much, though. I'd say that's also within an acceptable margin of error.
That's crazy.
And Jamie's snow boot time?
On the money, 121. Well, we've tried really hard to craft an experiment that would tease out any difference in types of footwear and their effect on your ability to drive. We built a course that required lots of precision driving maneuvers. And after all of this testing, we can't discern that there's any significant difference between any of these shoes and how they affect your ability to precisely drive.
None of the shoe styles we tried made any difference whatsoever in our timing.
No, and I think we got a pretty good spectrum there, too. I gotta say, this one's busted.
Thoroughly busted.
Let's get out of here.
You do realize that this is what's going to stick with us throughout eternity?
The things we do in the name of science.
Seriously, stop laughing.
So while the footwear you wear won't turn you into a road risk,
Whoa! Okay, that was different.
driving in the dark without headlights at speed will. Talking on your cell phone
Could you repeat that again?
while driving can be just as dangerous as driving drunk.
Officer, would you owe me a beer?
And if you're foolish enough to try the latter,
Fat lot of good that did me.
there's no fooling the breathalyzer.
I'd say you're charged.
Do not try what you're about to see at home.
3, 2, 1, let's go.
In this souped-up series of MythBusters,
There's so many things that could go wrong right now.
the team is taking it to the test track
If I knew what was going to happen, we wouldn't be doing the test.
to tackle everything from fuel economy
Your results may differ.
to stunts
Get out, get out, get out!
and speed.
Let's drive!
They're throwing it in reverse, slamming the brakes, and driving downright dangerously
I'm gone in a puff of smoke.
so you don't have to. Get ready to uncover the truth about automotive legends and myths. Buckle up for Motor MythBusters Test Track. In this program, we're testing mythical motoring maneuvers to measure the magnitude of mayhem.
Swing and a miss, man.
From the parallel park power slide to the passenger car pole vault.
Stay clear of the probably out of control car.
With MythBusters 2.0 co-hosts Brian and John hopping into the hot seat to determine whether a Hollywood skid can skip the strip. But first, the originals are tacking a silver screen stunt of their own with a two-wheeled trip to the point of no return.
All right, sir, I want to paint a scenario for you. Picture our hero being chased by the bad guys and cornered with no line of escape except an alleyway that is too narrow to fit the hero's car. He gets out by finding a conveniently placed curb or plank that allows him to get up onto two wheels, drive down the narrow alleyway to escape, and the bad guys can't follow.
That actually sounds like it might be pretty difficult.
That's what I was thinking.
So, roll cage, runway,
action.
So can a novice driver get up on two wheels and, crucially, maintain balance as easily as Hollywood would have us believe? Or is it a disaster waiting to happen?
The most important component of this myth is the car. And so we've got a normal car with normal tires and a normal suspension. Of course, we've added a safety harness, though.
The other important part of this story is how to get the car up on two wheels, and we're going to do that with this, a ramp made out of aircraft-grade aluminum, and it's solid as a rock. Hopefully, if everything goes right, we should be hitting it at about 20 miles an hour.
Okay. Now, because there's a genuine risk that we might tip this car completely over, we've added a roll bar.
I personally think it would be great to roll it, but they tell me that's bad. That looks beautiful.
In Tinseltown, any old curb or plank will enable two-wheel gymnastics.
Absolutely perfect.
But Adam and Jamie have given the myth its best possible shot. With a long, gently sloping ramp high enough to tip the car over its center of gravity.
I've never done this before, but I do know it's going to be scary as heck because I'm not used to it, and it's going to feel like the car is going to tip completely over.
And with one more look from the top of the ramp,
this is terrifying.
First-timer Jamie is about to flirt with a serious car accident.
Come on in.
His aim is to literally teeter on the edge of disaster.
Awesome.
Well, I tell you what, that right there is something you don't want to think too much about, because if you think about it, you ain't gonna do it.
Fear factor aside, the result is pretty clear.
Yeah!
Jamie may be excited, but he's nowhere near replicating the first-time ease and control of the novice movie maneuver. It's not until his final attempt that he even gets it up in a wild, careening curve.
I should reiterate that this myth is that it's easy to get a car up on two wheels and drive it around.
That was cool.
Now, granted, I did get the car up for a little bit, but getting complete control and driving it wherever you want is a whole different kettle of fish.
Can I try?
Oh, yeah. Let me out. And I know if I keep pushing it the way that I have been, I'm going to roll the car. I just know it.
Well, here goes nothing.
So,
you're halfway off.
Can Adam tip this myth in the right direction?
Straight up, seriously spooky crap.
Or onto its roof?
Whoa!
Adam rolled up the ramp, straight off it, and gravity did its thing.
Crazy intense.
What do you think?
That is much more difficult than I thought it would be.
It's kind of a rush the first time, isn't it?
Whoa! The first time you hit the ramp is completely intense. It's very disconcerting. Going again! It's so disconcerting that I turned the wheel like this and plammed into the ground. I know plam doesn't actually work, but you know what I mean. Oh! I plammed into the ground, could have bumped my head.
Well, don't do that.
This is you thought it would be, is it, Savage? No, it isn't. while they make it look easy in the movies, clearly it's going to take more than a few hours to get this down. And frankly, I think we need a little help.
Cue stunt driving legend James Smith. Because to find out if a near novice could master this movie move, Adam and Jamie need a few two-wheeled top tips.
A word about our stunt driver today, James Smith. He has been doing this for 10 years. Wow. Does it for television, movies, even live shows.
So is it a little steeper than you expected?
And you might know his work from the Transformer films, where he's driven for the Bumblebee.
We're near at the balance point, but this gives you an idea of where you can actually take a car.
Yeah.
If anyone can teach Jamie and I how to get up on two wheels, it's him.
Oh, it seems like you're about ready to go over. I guess you are.
Pretty close. Now I'll just speed up and I'll drop it down like that.
That's just wrong. That's nuts. Getting it up there, it seems sort of like a tightrope.
Whoa! Whoa! Holy crap! Wow! It feels like we're completely out of control.
He's taking the wheel and he's just kind of feathering it back and forth, and it just seems like you're about ready to roll right over.
I cannot believe this is possible.
It's crazy.
Wow! This is completely intense. I can reach out and touch the ground from here. To turn around to the right. Oh my gosh! And then with this wind, I gotta lean it even harder with the wind. Oh my God! You're gonna scrape the mirror. That's insane.
That was awesome. It's really disconcerting. It genuinely feels like someone takes you through an accident to the moment just before everything goes fully pear-shaped and then pauses because the car's vertical. Any other circumstance, that would be the worst thing that ever happened to you in the car that you were in.
Oh, this is great. You're nailing it. Ah, got it.
This is unbelievable that you can actually drive like this. We got the perfect expert for this story.
That's the show.
So you ready to do this?
No.
All right, well, let's do it anyway.
Now to tell if this silver screen stunt is even remotely possible for a pair of non-professionals.
I prefer just to like do a circle and just kind of roll in at 20 miles an hour. Just then it gives you a like kind of chance to breathe.
Okay.
This is literally where the rubber leaves the road.
With some basic instruction under his belt, to match the movies, Jamie really has to nail this first time out.
There you go.
Hit my head.
Hard?
Yeah.
But all Jamie nailed was his head.
I got your hat, Jamie.
On the verge of rolling, Jamie yanked back from the edge of disaster too fast and landed violently.
It's very telling if I do something that throws my hat off.
His beret bailed because Jamie incurred a serious whiplash injury. In pain and in danger of causing lasting damage, he takes the safe option.
I think I should probably stand down, you know, repeated injuries and all that.
Okay.
As much as it irks me.
I just want to point out here that for Jamie to actually pull out of this experiment because of an injury is pretty significant and relatively unprecedented.
Buckle up.
This is not a simple task and not to be tackled lightly.
And if further proof was needed
Here we go.
that this is not an achievable amateur maneuver,
Go a little faster than the rear wheel won't bump the ramp.
Adam spends the next 4 hours
Keep doing that and just roll a little bit more.
failing repeatedly.
What makes this stunt so difficult is that while you can work your way up incrementally to find the tipping point,
That's it.
once you get there, well, it's a tipping point.
Oh, you felt the danger and you reacted. That's awesome.
And if you go too far, you roll the car.
Yeah! Woo!
If
if you don't go far enough, you come slamming back down and you get a neck ache like I've got.
Oh, yeah!
So the only way you get past this is by doing it over and over until your reflexes become automatic as to what you should do when you're at that tipping point.
Yep, keep into it. There you go, there you go, there you go. There you go, give a little throttle. Whoa! Woo! Yeah! That's awesome.
At last, Adam appears to have the hang of hanging around on two wheels.
Oh, yeah!
And being the obsessive perfectionist that he is, he has to have just one more try.
We're upside down, but we're okay. Oh, okay. So I figured out what the outer limit was. Don't release your belt until you're ready because you'll fall. Yeah. All right, we're coming out. Hi. This is why we can't have nice things. So that happened. I'm still a little bit high on the adrenaline rush of the feeling like it's going okay, it's going okay. Okay, it's not going okay. Okay, it's really not going okay. And I got a little bit of a cut, but I'm fine. That was awesome. Oh, that was awesome. Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Well, if it's worth doing, it's worth overdoing, right?
So, we gotta call it. Driving on two wheels is easy according to the movies. Where do we stand?
Not.
Nah, this one's totally busted. It's hard.
It's also fun, but you know, it's dangerous. And to get to where you're any good and reliable at it, it's one whole heck of a lot of work.
Yeah, only in the hands of experts.
Well, looks like we're walking.
I guess so. He's amazing.
Straight as an arrow.
Okay, so while the two-wheel getaway looks easy enough on the big screen, we now know it's all smoke and mirrors.
Oh!
For their next trick, Adam and Jamie are going to try another seemingly effortless action hero maneuver, the power slide parallel park.
The bane of everybody's driver's test. You gotta pull up alongside the car and turn the wheel according to some formula your mom told you. No, no, no. The action movie hero has a totally different way of parallel parking. They drive at speed towards the parking space, slam on the brakes, and power slide perfectly right into the space they want. Now, Jamie has been practicing out on the open tarmac. That was really cool. And he feels like he's got it dialed in.
Yeah.
Yeah!
There we go.
So we've got a little parking space right here, and he's gonna put his practice to the test and see if it works.
All right. Here we go. So I don't know how this is supposed to be done, but what I'm doing is getting up to the right speed, throwing the wheel over, pulling the handbrake.
So close!
Breaking free of the rear wheels with that handbrake.
That was better.
But then stopping with the foot brake at exactly the right time. Boy, there's no room for error on this thing.
Rush hour. You want this space before anyone else steals it. It's gonna be yours. You're gonna take it. You're gonna own it. Own it. Here it comes. Oh!
Yeah!
Beautiful! Yes! You're literally like kissing the cones on the other side. That is what I'm talking about.
I'd say the evidence is pretty clear that this car was not parked in a normal fashion. You can tell by the linear black marks on the pavement that the driver must have brought this in at speed and hit the rear brakes, swinging the rear end of the car exactly into position against the curb, if you catch my drift.
That's a great start. And it's seemingly as simple as the movies would suggest. But at 90 degrees, they're only halfway there.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
And he's off.
Hollywood would have us believe the full 180 is just as easy.
Well, there's a reason they called them bumpers, right?
But Adam ain't done yet.
There I go. 40 miles an hour. 40 miles an hour. Oh, there we go, there we go, there we go.
Oh! Oh, so close! So close! Now I feel like I'm making progress. Now I feel like I'm making some progress. Good. Oh! Come on! Totally make this work. Hey! Beautiful! Woo, woo, woo!
Good job.
Awesome! Give me some. Awesome! Woo! Oh, if only there was a horn, I would honk in celebration. Here, sound guys, could you give me a horn? Thank you very much.
It was a thing of beauty. But it's time for a dose of reality.
Well, it's one thing to try and do a 180 parallel parking job with cones surrounding you. It's another thing to do it into a real parking space with real cars around you. For Adam to get in here at speed doing a 180, well, if he makes it, it's only going to be by a hair, so it's almost a guaranteed impact. With that in mind, we're going to have him in a helmet with a neck guard,
Like going into battle.
with a 4-point harness, with shin guards,
Snug as a bug in a rug.
everything that we can possibly do to keep him safe.
Not only will a mistake mean a major impact, but the space itself is also tighter. Now, how will this nonchalant movie maneuver stand up to this level of real-world detail?
Okay, Adam, on your mark.
Here we go.
I'm fine.
So close.
Rats!
That wasn't quite the slide rule slide Adam was after. But, unlike his car, he's undamaged and raring to go again.
All right, Adam, on your mark.
This is your last journey, little baby. Here we go. Give it everything. Let's go! Yeah!
I kept seeing the cars, and I was not steering towards them as like a natural survival mechanism. Because really, you don't want to steer into cars. So I thought on this run, I just got to ignore the cars. Ignore that the cars are there. And I totally succeeded at that part.
Well, that's a good thing. You got a little more of the car in the slide. I'd say you're up to about 50%.
I can't park this car, dude.
Yeah, it's tight. I don't blame you.
This movie-inspired parking procedure was purportedly a pushover, when in fact, it's more like an accident waiting to happen. But that's not going to stop our high rollers from taking this myth to ridiculous lengths.
I have to say, as the skilled collectors Jamie and I have been all our lives, this episode holds a special place in my heart. This is one of the coolest things we've ever...
It's time to bump it up a little.
What do you mean, Jamie?
Time to raise the stakes.
Raise the stakes how? Oh, no.
Let's see you parallel park this beast.
Okay. It just got real.
Well, the bad news is that big old cars like that are basically like driving boats. They got crap for suspension, they're spongy, they're all over the place, they're anything but a precision driving machine. But the good news is that things like anti-lock brakes and stability control and electronics didn't exist when they made that car. So between the two of those things, I'd say it's a toss-up whether Adam hits the mark spot on or not.
Because the guys are not allowed to damage the vintage limo, the parked cars are played by foam cutouts.
Okay, Adam, are you ready?
I'm as ready as I'll ever be. 3, 2, wish me luck.
Oh, he's going too fast. Told ya.
I think I might have hit something, like another car.
Good as new.
Time for take 2.
Well, a few attempts in, and I'm doing abysmally. I just hope the limo lasts long enough for me to get this right.
Too fast. Like I said, too fast. Well, after the last crash, we've reset as best we can. We're gonna give him one more try. Okay, Adam, one more time. You can do it, buddy.
That was terrible. That was terrible. Did you order a limo? I'm here.
I think it's time we brought in an expert. Conrad, you're up.
All right, Jamie, I'll give it a shot.
I call this maneuver prom night. Wow! That was amazing! That was astonishing. That was beautiful.
Thanks, Adam.
Amazing.
Nice work.
Thanks, Jamie.
Can be done.
No, it can be done. I just can't do it, but it can be done.
Pinpoint accuracy was required to pull off the power slide parallel park.
Wow!
And our next mythical maneuver asks for more of the same.
Brian, you ready?
I was born ready.
Brian and John are going to try and use their Hollywood power slide to evade a police tire spike strip. According to the movies, all you need is a high-powered car, a skilled driver, and nerves of steel. And you can shift those spikes off the road and escape to freedom.
Using one of our rear tires to brush aside a spike strip is sort of like trying to do surgery with a sledgehammer, because we're using a full-size vehicle to brush aside something that's about this tall and this wide. To get this right, we need perfect timing and a whole lot of coordination.
And that's right in Brian's wheelhouse. The MythBusters' very own trainee stunt driver will get expert coaching from law enforcement pursuit and evasion driving instructor Marcus Smith.
All right, first thing is a precision move. You have to get the back end to rotate in an oversteer skid. The problem is if you don't rotate enough, you get a spike. If you rotate too much, the car's gonna be facing in the wrong direction. Let's do it.
Before Brian gets a run at the spikes, he'll hone his technique on a softer target.
Okay, the track is clear.
Copy that. Ready to go.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
Watch out, boxes. Here comes Brian.
Ooh, Brian, swing and a miss, man. Ooh, so close.
Ooh, that was a good one. Rotation was good. Maybe recovered just a little bit too early.
What's needed is a little less caution and a little more approach speed.
eyes. Not to mix my sports metaphors, but bullseye!
This time, Brian clips the boxes. But does he really nail the maneuver?
Perfect placement.
I feel like, though, not quite enough rotation, but tire placement was spot on.
Yeah, you want to lead with the rear, not the front of the car.
Right, so plus for me is tire placement. Downside for me is not quite enough rotation.
So if Brian's going to beat the spike strip, he'll need to commit even more to the power slide skid.
Okay, it's time for the real thing. How do you think he's gonna do?
I actually think he's going to do a good job, but I'm rooting for a spike strip.
I understand where you're coming from. All right, let's call him in. 3, 2, 1. And he's off. Don't move your car, Brian.
Yeah, I can't speed the spike strip, so I thought I'd just hang out here.
Amazingly, all the tires survive intact. But the spike strips wrapped around both rear wheels, immobilizing the car. So what went wrong?
Oh, that's sideways.
Brian nails the maneuver, sliding the sidewall of his rear tire into the strip. But he still fails to beat the spikes.
Yeah, you're hitting real nice sideways, but you hit it right in the middle of the strip. So.
Hold it in a row.
Exactly. Which makes your getaway a little bit difficult, I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I don't think I could have gone anywhere, but there's a chance I think if I hit it closer to the edge, that'd go differently, huh?
Yeah, good thing you didn't pop any of those tires. You wanna hop back in and give it another go?
No.
Brian, you ready?
I was born ready.
Ooh, he got the rev. I think he forgot to take it out of park.
Nice. That's not good for this myth.
No, sir, it is not.
Even though Brian slides in perfectly sideways and hits the very end of the strip, just like a Hollywood stunt driver, multiple spikes bite into the tire.
I think they caught you, man.
Yeah, I was a little scared to keep going.
It's weird. It's like these spike strips were designed to stop cars no matter what they did.
As though years of engineering and rehearsal and trial and error have caused this to work so well.
So you don't have to be the sharpest spike on the strip to work out the verdict on this movie myth.
So, beating a spike strip with a power slide. I mean, it seems pretty easy in the movies.
Yeah, but even with Brian Baby behind the wheel, nearly impossible in real life.
Yeah, you have to get the rotation of that slide just right to brush the spike strip, but not roll over it.
Not easy. And you have to hit the very end of that spike strip with the tire to have a chance of brushing it away.
Also not easy.
Even if you get the accuracy and the rotation of that power slide right, you end up with spikes in your tire.
So this mythical move might work in blockbusters, but in real life, it's just plain busted.
Just like those tires.
So, Brian, baby, you ready to try and make another getaway?
Yeah, never gonna catch me, copper.
Yeah, you know I'm not gonna use the spike strip this time, right?
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Uncool!
And he's off.
There's no denying the power slide looks good on screen, but in reality, there's no evading the 5-0. For their final foray into stunt driving stories, Adam and Jamie are going head-on with an accidentally acrobatic auto maneuver.
Well, we've done an awful lot of car myths on MythBusters, Jamie, but this one's actually quite interesting. The idea is that a car going at speed could have its drive shaft fall out, catch in a hole, and actually launch that car.
You mean completely get the car airborne then, right?
Absolutely. Actually, even end over end. I don't even know where we're going to begin with this one.
Can I start it up?
Go for it.
How about this 1967 Plymouth Fury? A perfect match for one of the reported drive shaft disasters.
Well, we've got our car. Now I guess we have to rig the drive shaft.
Yeah, and I actually noticed underneath our car, the drive shaft, which isn't represented here, let's say this is it, actually has two universal joints, one right outside the transmission and one right in front of the rear differential. And this is actually perfect for us. The first is the one that would fail right by the transmission, and the second is the hinge that the drive shaft would ride down on to catch in the pothole.
Yeah, well, it looks like the tough part's going to be to figure out how to disengage that front universal joint.
They still need the drive shaft to drive the car, right up to the moment it hits the pothole. That rules out any mechanical device on the spinning shaft. So Scotty removes the drive shaft for modification.
One drive shaft coming up. For you, one nice greasy part, guaranteed to get your shirt dirty.
By weakening the U-joint, they're hoping it will break on cue. At high speed, Jamie's plan is to throw the gear into neutral, rev the engine, then jam it back into drive. In theory, the high revs will snap the weakened U-joint and drop the shaft. And that's not all. They'll also be driving by remote control.
Do it a little bit and see what it does.
And Adam and Jamie have 4,000 pounds of V8 Fury to tame.
And this one is by far the most advanced rig we've ever installed in a car. We're not only just controlling the throttle and the brake, as we've done most other times, but we're also controlling the shifter, and we've got a brand new steering control using some very high-tech servo drivers for the motor.
I can precisely control it. Right here is straight ahead, and now we're turning to the right, so it works perfectly.
Now that Jamie's got the steering under control, Adam's got the tricky task of figuring out the brakes.
It doesn't matter how many times I build this circuit, I always need to draw it out, and it's always really confusing. That's the brake, isn't that pretty? It's arguably the most critical part of the whole operation because you have to be able to stop the car. I mean, that's just critical. That's the emergency thing. The entire remote control system is set up so that if it fails, if it loses its signal, it automatically depresses the brake.
The hardest part of the remote rig is calibrating 4 different control systems.
Steering, throttle, brake. Steering, throttle, brake.
We have a servo, a custom-made servo that's mounted to the steering wheel. We have another servo that is set up to shift. We can go forward, reverse, neutral. We have a third servo, which is on the throttle. And then lastly, we have an electronic piston that pushes on the brake on cue. And so it can put the brakes on or off or somewhere in between.
The remote rig has got a big job to do.
From a distance, we have to be able to, say, thread a needle with this car. Tell me when I'm straight.
Okay, a little more, more. Perfect.
Just surviving this myth might be a victory in itself. The test track, an abandoned runway, is perfect for playing with 2 tons of high-powered Detroit steel.
You couldn't ask for a better spot than this. We have a white line straight as an arrow. We got like thousands of feet in all directions that we could lose control of the car without causing any damage. We should be good. It's a lovely day. We're gonna have some fun.
We're doing the hole in a V to help guide it.
Just like a pole vault, the hole should guide and catch the drive shaft, lifting the car into the air.
This is 3 feet wide here. I measured 4 feet from inside to inside on the tires, and the goal is to actually release it back here about 20 feet. Try and do that and then have it slide into the hole.
Ah, okay. So what if the friction of the asphalt just kicks it up before you even get to the hole?
We're prepared for all those things, but here's hoping that it works the first time out.
Yeah, as it rarely does.
Yeah.
say, the jackhammer makes you look really tough. The little red wagon?
Not so much.
With the pothole dug out, they're all set to test the steering, brakes, gas, and gears on this complicated remote-controlled rig. There's a lot that can go wrong.
And this thing is touchy.
Really?
It is like you just barely nudge the stick and it's like off to one side or the other.
What do we do if this thing goes out of control?
Go stand behind that forklift.
I'm gonna run near you.
That won't help.
No.
Once again, Jamie is proved right.
Boy.
As the car turns on its makers.
That'll get your adrenaline running.
We should identify a safe area, and that would be like go for the forklift. If you see the car doing something weird, you know, get over there. Seriously. It's I mean, it's a big heavy-duty machine. It could kill you.
Let me get in it.
Okay.
The words heavy-duty killing machine have a strange attraction for Adam.
I'm ready when you are, Jamie.
He opts for a rear window seat. Adam's got absolutely no control. But then, neither does Jamie.
Oh, my God.
Oh! Jamie!
Whoops.
Whoops. I'm okay!
Did Adam bring extra purpose? Are they fighting?
What the hell was that?
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry about that. I don't know what, you know, it's like.
That was thrilling, I have to say. That was.
Did you shut it off or did I get it? Did it shut itself off?
It shut itself off.
Okay.
This is right where Adam started swearing and screaming?
No, really. Really, I was just like, hey, look, I'm going towards the fence.
The brake failsafe stopped the car when it lost the signal. Otherwise, Adam would be on the interstate by now.
Does anybody else want to go for a ride?
Yeah, you put it right on that pole. Is it there, Tim?
They'll never know.
He's trying to be sneaky.
For better control, Jamie needs another pair of hands on the remote. With Scotty driving them in the pickup, Jamie can concentrate on the steering, throttle, and brakes, while Adam takes over the shifter.
Everybody's ready, okay.
Be gentle, Scotty.
They want to hit the hole at 35 miles an hour. Scotty plays catch-up in the pickup, calling out the speed
20.
as Jamie gasses the Fury.
25. 35.
I'm thinking.
Don't talk to me.
Sorry.
The new division of labor is working. After hitting the pothole twice at the right speed, it's time to swap over the weakened drive shaft and go for the drive shaft pole vault for real.
Well, this is going pretty much like any MythBusters shoot. We've spent most of the day and a good portion of the afternoon just tricking out the mechanics of our remote-controlled car.
Now the easiest part is done. We're facing the hard part, which is actually getting the damn drive shaft into the pothole. And who knows whether that one's going to work or not.
Stay clear of the car.
Stay clear of the probably out-of-control car.
Out-of-control car is Adam's way of saying, ready to go.
We're ready.
Slower.
15. 20.
That's a good distance. Catch up with it.
25.
The first run is on target, but the drive shaft didn't drop.
Brakes are on.
Okay.
Something didn't work quite right, and I saw some tire skids,
You saw
and it wasn't from brakes.
No, it wasn't. That was from reverse.
Okay, well,
So, what happened?
you know what that means.
Yes, it means that our drive shaft is too strong.
Yes.
So, let's get this car back.
Yeah.
Adams accidentally had a reverse gear revelation.
Basically, when I jammed the car into neutral, I accidentally left it in reverse, and the tires screeched, which told us an important fact, which is you can jam this car into reverse at speed.
And with the Fury back at the shop, Jamie and Adam have come up with a simple solution.
So going forward, it's tightening the bolt and keeping it all together. And then the second you jam it in reverse, the tranny grabs that nut, unthreads it.
And off we come.
Unthreads it, and punk, the drive shaft drops out.
Unscrewing the shaft using reverse should eliminate the trial and error of cutting it. The bolt, welded into the hollow drive shaft, can be quickly re-screwed and reset.
Keep going.
Yep, keep going. Whoa! Oh, there we go. That would be a failure. Well, we've got our special threaded coupler in the middle of the drive shaft that Jamie and I put in, and it's working beautifully as far as I can tell.
So it's back to the test track for another crack at the myth.
Okay, car's going live. Step away from the car.
There you go.
Hey, 25.
25.
It's not a hole-in-one, but for the first time, the drive shaft drops on cue.
Everything worked like a charm, but it did not seat in the hole.
And re-screwing the bolt works just like in the workshop.
We're locked.
Car's going hot.
In seconds, the car is ready to roll again.
Go, baby!
I was too far off. I guess the brakes work.
Here we go! This is the one!
That's a good distance. Catch up with it.
25. 30.
But it's just near miss.
It looked perfect.
That looked perfect.
After near miss.
I mean, I saw it drop. It dropped before the hole. It settled out and skipped right over the hole. So I'm now thinking that maybe we do need to go at a lower speed.
For Jamie, mass combined with energy is a very simple equation.
That car going at, even at like 15 or 20 miles an hour, there's way more, or way enough energy to, I think, to lift it up, to jack it up if that thing hits square. Look at the impact there.
Who'd have thought it'd be so complex? Oh, wait, we did.
Call out the speeds, Scotty.
15.
Jamie slowed the Fury down as he cleared the last pothole in the pole vault myth.
And the car is still running!
It's a perfect pothole hit, even if it's not exactly a pole vaulting Fury.
Nice little imprint. And you couldn't ask for a more solid hit than that.
Yeah, look at that. I mean,
like
it's a perfect square-on hit. I mean, it's depressed it in the exact circle of our drive shaft, dead center of the hole. You don't get better than that.
Nope.
But there's one last surprise waiting for them in the trunk.
There we go. Oh, my God.
It's like you took out some brake lines, too.
That sort of says the whole story, don't it?
That's a lot of force.
Look at that. Yeah, that's...
Well, you know, it tells us one thing about this. Any faster wouldn't have done us any good because it's just going to poke it through further.
Yeah, that's true.
And
absolutely.
So,
and it did lift the back of the car up off the ground at least like a foot or 18 inches from what I saw.
And the car is done for.
Yeah, that's MythBusters took another car out of its misery.
This myth is starting to look as busted as the Fury.
We pulled off a pretty tricky thing to do. You know, hitting that pothole exactly right, it's not easy.
But your solution of the uncoupling drive shaft worked like a charm.
Yeah, and we confirmed the stories that we'd heard, you know, cars hitting at various speeds and getting actually lifted off the ground a little bit. But we did not confirm the myth, which says that the car pole vaulted.
It's just so implausible that it would lead to this and impossible that it would launch the car or turn it over. This one's busted.
Interesting, but busted.
Yeah.
And so concludes the MythBusters Masterclass in Motoring Maneuvers. The two-wheel getaway went way beyond tipping point.
Wow!
A power slide parallel park is perfectly plausible if you're prepared to practice. The same can't be said for the precision required to shake the sheriff's tire shredder.
That's not good for this myth.
And as for pole vaulting vehicles, well, you can forget the track and field team. We'll leave that one right here at the test track.
Don't try anything you're about to see at home. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
In this souped-up series of MythBusters,
there's so many things that could go wrong right now.
The team is taking it to the test track.
If I knew what was going to happen, we wouldn't be doing the test.
To tackle everything from fuel economy,
your results may differ,
to stunts,
Get out, get out, get out!
and speed.
Let's drive!
They're throwing it in reverse, slamming the brakes, and driving downright dangerously.
I'm gone in a puff of smoke.
So you don't have to. Discover the science behind the most legendary automotive myths. Buckle up for Motor MythBusters Test Track.
Let's go!
In this program, the team is pulling out all the stops to stop that car.
Hit the brake! Save yourself!
Stand by.
Grant, Tori, and Carrie
On your go.
test a duct tape barricade.
It's got it! It's got it! It's got it! Woohoo!
They beg the question, can reverse gear grind you to a halt? And Adam and Jamie are hot on their heels,
Don't mess with a Heineman.
challenging Hollywood's greatest car chase scenarios.
All right, sir, I want to paint a scenario for you. Okay. Picture in your mind's eye a winding mountain road, cliffs on both sides, deadly ravines below.
I'm there.
Now picture two cars driving on that road, side by side, each attempting to knock the other off out into the abyss.
Go on.
Now, Hollywood would have us believe that such a contest is an extended one, that it is, in fact, very difficult to knock someone off a road when they don't want to be.
But we want to find out how difficult it actually is.
Exactly.
Time to get our neck braces.
So it's straight to the test track, where there's plenty of wide open, crash-tastic space.
Attention, MythBuster watchers.
It's time to lay out our course.
Adam's using safety cones to mark out their winding clifftop road.
Look, before we start this test, it makes sense to me that it might be very difficult to shove another car off the road, especially if you're in a car that's pretty close to the same mass.
Let's gear up, people!
For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction, and us being evenly matched means that really getting the other off the road is about position and timing and speed.
To test how hard it is to shunt a car off the road,
Here we go.
they're having a best-of-3 contest. To win, Adam and Jamie must knock each other off the mile-long course.
All right, Jamie, you ready?
This is going to be fun. I'm ready. The hardest part is going to be not letting it escalate.
Running each other off the road. Start again.
This is like
3,
in close fighting.
2,
It's going to be scrappy.
1, go!
Despite the feisty prediction, the first few fender benders are more driving Miss Daisy than a crazy all-in brawl. But after they suss each other out and really go for it, Adam is immediately down and out.
Screw me up.
And with Adam knocked out,
Oh, no! He's making it to the end!
the Heineman celebrates in style.
That was a hell of a bag you gave me. That was fun.
Let's do it again.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go!
But there's still 2 rounds to go.
Ah, I'm gonna run you off at the cliff, man. That was awesome! Woo!
Well, it looks like things are heating up a little bit.
Yeah! Woo! Yeah!
Both cars and even both drivers are well matched. And the fact that in a couple of runs, one of us has been able to push the other off the road quite nicely. It's not looking so good for the Myth.
It's not. But at 1-1, there's more data at stake on the deciding test. Who will be crowned king of the test track?
Here we go! I'm gonna throw you off the cliff road, Hoosier. You want a little bit? Yeah. Yeah! I'm gonna throw you off here. Whoa! Really? Oh. Well, just like in the movies, this is an actual cliffhanger. I'm hanging off the edge of the cliff, but I'm not dead. So we're gonna go again. Oh, yeah. I scared the out of you. Oh, no, I'm gonna... Oh! Ah! Oh! I stayed on! I stayed on!
Not for long. So far, not so good for the Myth. Almost every contact led to a quick cliff-top drop, the exact opposite of film folklore.
Yeah, baby. Don't mess with a Heineman.
But what if the vehicles weren't so evenly matched?
I got a new rig. Adam's car weighs about 5,000 pounds.
All right, start your engine.
That SUV weighs 8,000 pounds. You do the math.
Well, there's math and theory,
All right, here we go.
and then there's high velocity,
And 3,
steel and bone-crunching practice.
2,
Adam and Jamie prefer the latter.
1, let's go! That front bumper of his looks terrifying. Let's see if I can give him a little wet floor. Wow, it's like hitting a rock. That was an adrenaline rush. Oh my God, this is fun. I'm giving it all I got. Come on. He's barely budging. Come on! Come on!
Is that all you got?
It felt like a lion playing with its food most of the time.
I got more than that. How about that? Oh!
There's some little car that was kind of banging on the side of this thing. I played with him for a little while, and then I pushed him off the road.
Come on. Oh!
The second Jamie got serious, it was all over.
It was a piece of cake.
As far as the hero of a Hollywood movie in a car like this holding their own against an SUV, it's just not gonna happen.
But that isn't going to stop Adam.
In 3,
We're gonna run this test one more time. Go! But I have one more trick up my sleeve.
It's a little something law enforcement officers like to call the pit maneuver.
Let's go a little faster, shall we?
When push comes to shove, the larger vehicle's gonna win.
Did you want something?
But just like in martial arts, the right amount of pressure applied in just the right place can actually allow a smaller opponent to dominate a larger one.
Yeah!
Why don't they use the pit maneuver more in the movies? Well, they gotta get their screen time somehow.
Yep, the pit maneuver is the final nail in the coffin. By hanging back and nudging the rear, taking the target car out of action is simple.
So, final analysis, how hard is it to run someone off the road with your car?
It's not.
Not at all. Hollywood's been getting this totally wrong. Myth is busted, right?
Yep.
All right, let's get out of here.
I'll see you back at the shop.
All right.
Next up, Grant and Tori are taking their place at the test track to tackle another legendary way to halt a heap.
Can you stop a car by throwing it in reverse? Now, to test this, we've come to one of our favorite places, the runway at Alameda. We've gotten 2 donated cars, because we're pretty sure they're not going to survive.
What's the plan, Stan?
Okay, this is a plan. I've got an automatic, you've got a stick shift. We'll drive them up to 50 miles an hour and then stop at a line that we paint on the ground.
All right, we'll hit the regular brakes, see how long it takes for us to stop. And then for the grand finale, we'll throw it into reverse and see what happens.
I love it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
It's a simple plan, and we'll soon know if you can stop a car by throwing it in reverse.
All right, here we go, Grant. Ready? In 3, 2, 1, go.
First up is the regular braking distance on the automatic.
At 50.
Oh my God.
Dang, did you see the smoke off those tires?
Do I have any tires left?
You do, but they're all on the asphalt.
So how does it measure up?
61, 2, 3, 4, 5, 65 feet.
65 feet to bring the automatic to a dead stop with the brakes. Next up, it's Tori's turn to burn rubber in the manual.
3, 2, 1, go!
Tori accelerates to 50 miles an hour, and when he hits the stop line, he slams on the brakes.
All right!
Did you smell the rubber?
Dude.
That was fun.
Nice.
I want to do it again.
70, 75, 80.
80 feet?
80 feet with the regular brake pedal.
80 feet for the manual and 65 feet for the auto ain't bad. Them's the brakes. But what happens when you shift into reverse? How will the stopping distance compare?
All right, let's do this test. Here we go. Ready? In 3, 2,
1, go.
Grant brings the car up to 50 miles an hour. When he hits the white line, instead of hitting the brakes, he'll shift into reverse to try to stop the car. Or at least, that's the theory.
That's interesting.
But it's not exactly the photo finish the guys were expecting.
Buddy, it doesn't look like you did anything.
Nope, it's in reverse. The check engine light's on, the battery light's on. I'm still coasting.
That was the most underwhelming outcome I've ever seen on this show. Oh, 2,270 feet.
It's a new record.
That's an extra 2,205 feet from the brakes. Turns out the automatic has a safety device, making it impossible to engage reverse while driving forward. The reverse stop theory is running out of gas. But there's still one more car to try.
Okay, here we go. In 3, 2, 1,
go!
Once again, Tori's gunning for 50 miles an hour. And when he hits the stop line, he throws the manual into reverse. But unfortunately, it's not as easy as you might think. The transmission crunches, and Tori clenches.
Here we go, of course. Hit the brake. Save yourself.
But he can't engage the reverse gear.
Hey, you made it down here.
1,922 feet from the stop mark.
Oh my God, dude, trying to throw it into reverse to stop a manual is just not the way to go.
Did you actually use the brake at the end?
Eventually, I had to use the brake because I couldn't engage it into reverse. It was just grinding. And at first, I thought I could just keep grinding it to slow the car down, but it wasn't enough.
Even with Tori's mantra, if you can't find it, grind it, the car still went an extra 1,842 feet. Maybe that's because with a manual transmission, you have to be at a complete stop to select reverse. So, what's the verdict from the guys?
Trying to stop a manual car by throwing it into reverse, totally busted.
Trying to stop an automatic car by throwing it into reverse, also busted.
All right, but we can't stop here. It sounds like you have something up your sleeve.
Yeah, automatics have a park gear. I think we have to get this car up to 50 miles an hour and throw it into park.
Leaving no stone unturned, the team revs up for one last try at trashing the transmission.
Okay, everybody, heads up. This is the automatic. Going at 50 miles per hour, we are throwing it into park. In 3, 2, 1, go!
They're shifting to park at 50 miles an hour. Will this stop the car?
Okay, you're at 50?
Yep, at 50
Here it
miles
comes.
an hour. Here's
Here
the
it
stop.
comes! Oh! What?
Nothing. I'm
What's happening?
I'm in park.
Even when throwing it into park, there was no stopping this car. The gear change stop is plain old busted.
That sucked.
To step up the stopping power and add some stick, the MythBusters have a wild and wacky idea to try and stop an automobile using their dear old friend.
How crazy is this myth that you can catch a car using a single roll of duct tape?
Maybe we just wrap it around 2 telephone poles.
Versus a car going 60? Well, I have seen crazier things on this show. Let's do it.
This one's straight out of the file marked, what the? Could a single roll of duct tape be used as a roadblock to stop a careering car? Tori, Carrie, and Grant are back at the test track. And telephone poles are few and far between out here, so they'll use something a little more concrete.
We're setting up K-rail in an arrow formation. This is going to serve 2 purposes. 1, it's going to hold our single roll of duct tape car catcher, as well as serve as a barrier for anything that may go out of control.
The tape is wound around half-inch thick steel rods, forming a single strand 5 layers thick. And at this point, this car-stopping story doesn't just look dubious, it looks patently ridiculous, and then some.
Duct tape can do a lot of things, but stopping a car at 60 miles an hour with 1 roll, I seriously doubt it.
You ready to put your life on the line for science?
Oh, I'm ready. Do we really need helmets, though?
Yes, I'm gonna go watch from a safe place. Okay, I'm ready. Are you in position?
Stand by.
Okay, this is single roll of duct tape. On your go.
Okay, here we go.
Tori hits the gas. The car hits the duct tape. And the myth hits the macadam.
Okay, so maybe you didn't need the helmets.
I didn't even get up to 60 miles an hour. That was like 40.
Oh, well.
I can't believe it broke.
Couldn't stop a car with a single roll of duct tape.
All right, well, let's do what we do on this show and supersize it.
Yeah, but I mean, we could build a wall 10 feet thick with duct tape, and that should stop a car. I mean, where do we draw the line?
Well, that's kind of totally impractical. Let's see what we could do in a day. I mean, maybe 100 rolls of duct tape.
All right, sounds great.
So this is how we're gonna do it. We have 2 pipes on either side here, and we're gonna wrap the duct tape around it until it's thick enough to the point where we think it's gonna stop the car.
We're crisscrossing the fibers like this so they can stretch in any direction, have a little bit of give, and not just shatter when the car hits it. It'll stretch a little bit, holding on to the car.
Back at the test track, they've got a solid wall 3 inches thick made from 100 rolls of duct tape.
Now that is one thick wall of duct tape.
No one's willing to drive into this duct tape barrier. So they've got a plan.
Now, in order to get the car to hit the barrier, we're gonna tow it. And Tori's made a tow bar that's gonna keep the car going in exactly the direction we want it to go. Now, at the bottom of the wall, right dead center, is a steel plate. And connected to that plate is a pulley. The tow cable is gonna go through that pulley so that as we tow the car towards the barrier, it's gonna wanna center right on that pulley and aim right for the wall.
And just in case the cable comes loose and the car goes AWOL...
Ah, how I've missed you so.
Grant's brought along old Trusty.
What this radio is doing is sending a signal to a receiver on the roof. The receiver on the roof controls a solenoid valve down here. The solenoid valve provides air to this cylinder. Now, when I turn this off, it actually takes the foot off the brake and allows the car to roll. When I go to safe, it deploys the brake automatically and the car stops.
With the car under Grant's control, they're good to go.
Got the car right here, it's running, the brakes are on. All I need to do is flip this switch and it disengages the brakes and it's ready to go.
And at that point, the tow vehicle will hit the accelerator, pulling that car down the track through the pulley system, headed straight for our wall of duct tape.
Brakes
All right,
off.
here we go, Gary.
Brake is off.
Ease into it in 3, 2, 1, go.
The pickup picks up speed.
Here it comes.
60 miles an hour. The test car hurtles towards its date with duct tape destiny. But at the last second, the experiment hits a bit of a snag. Somehow the car hit everything except the wall of duct tape. What happened?
I thought I saw the tow cable slip off of the guide bar, but it was just a car length before the K-rails.
The cable came free so late, Grant didn't even have time to hit the brakes.
We lost the connection between our tow vehicle and this vehicle, and it veered to the right and crashed.
Now what we're gonna do is just put a rope clip on there so it's not gonna come off, and we've moved our breakaway line up to the tow vehicle itself. So if anything gets caught in the pulley, that breakaway cable will break away and everybody will be safe.
They're not about to let rain dampen their quest for duct tape data.
Here we go.
The test car is soon taxiing down the runway, with Tori and Grant in hot pursuit.
It's got it, it's got it, it's got it! Woohoo! That was awesome! Yeah!
Once again, the car caught the K-rail, but it also wiped out the duct tape wall, didn't it?
So it looks like the duct tape wall wasn't strong enough to stop the car.
Dude, check it.
Oh, no! The wall is still together.
I think we've got a problem.
It just broke away from the K-rail.
You know what? I think we better take a look at the high speed and see what happened.
All right. The duct tape wall stayed intact, and it ripped it out of the K-rail.
I can't believe that. I mean, that's a huge amount of shock that absorbed right there.
While the guys absorbed the shock of another failed test, the fact the wall's still in one piece after being hit by the car means this myth has a definite whiff of plausibility.
It's still laughing at us. It's still completely intact. It's got a few scratches, but I feel like if we hook this thing up again, it would be ready to go.
So will it be third time lucky? It's the same setup, with 1 or 2 heavy-duty add-ons.
We have shackles rated at 30,000 pounds connecting our duct tape barrier to our K-rails. This should do the job.
With Tori's tow bar and Grant's RC braking system good to go, car number 3's ready for takeoff.
All right, this is the final experiment for duct tape car catcher. Carrie, you ready?
Ready.
All right, Grant, you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, brake is off. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, hit it.
Looking good, got a good start. Just getting up good speed.
20,
Carrie picks up the pace.
Looking great. Right on target.
Good, really good.
Party!
Oh, we're gonna do it this time, dude.
This is it.
Bullseye. The car hit the duct tape dead on.
Yeah! That was worth all that suffering.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Look at that.
That
Broke
is
right through.
What would you say? 3 inches? 2.5 inches of duct tape?
Easily.
Oh, that's 3 inches for sure.
But the duct tape didn't give up without a fight. Despite being hit with a force totaling nearly 300,000 foot-pounds, the barrier still stretched like a piece of elastic before finally snapping.
The wall stretched 4 to 6 feet before it gave up, just like it's supposed to. All that time, absorbing energy. Still an amazing product, but nope, not able to stop a car.
Now, sure, we could have made one that was 2 feet thick, but let's face it, we bust up the K-rail, and that stuff is made to stop cars.
Looks like this was busted.
We found something duct tape finally can't do.
Man.
We got enough duct tape left over to fix that thing.
In the interest of upping the ante, Adam and Jamie are going back to their cinematic roots for a car-stopping finale.
Check it out. You know we love our movie myths.
Yeah.
And specifically, we love our super spy movie myths.
Yeah.
This next one involves devices that a spy puts into their car to instantly stop someone from following them in a car chase scenario.
Ah, like a smoke screen.
Exactly. And I'm thinking we test all the classics. Smoke screen, I'm thinking releasing a bunch of tacks, and oil slick.
Fast cars, dangerous gadgets. I'm up for it.
I thought you would be.
Cue the spy car.
Isn't that nice?
That's cute. Drive it on in.
Okay.
This is Spy Car 1. Right now, it's a normal car, but when we're finished with it, it's going to have all the little tricks and gadgets that any self-respecting spy car would have. This ought to do.
So it's straight down to business. Welcome to Jamie's Chop Shop. All movie fans know that most car-stopping weapons are launched from the trunk, and a hole in the floor with a sliding trapdoor should fit the bill. Jamie's simple release can be sprung from a cord to the cockpit. It's not fancy.
That ought to do it.
But it works. With the car customized, it's off to the test track to lock and load.
We're at the Alameda County Emergency Vehicle Operations Center, which is where the police practice chasing bad guys, which means it's perfect for us.
Of course, there's no chase without a chase car and an experienced daredevil to drive it.
Morning, sir.
Morning.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Good day for a car chase?
Every day is a good day for a car chase.
What is it that makes Brian uniquely qualified to perform this test with us? I ask you to cast your mind back to Driving in the Rain, where Brian hydroplaned over 100 miles per hour and did a 720-degree turn. Look at the internal camera. That impassive face on him is the face of confidence, and it is the face that will lead this test for us. If we can evade him, we can evade anybody.
Escaping a driver who's more skilled than you means disabling his car. So what's the first trick in Adam's trunk?
They may look friendly, but these are quarter-inch pieces of hot rolled steel bent at right angles and welded into a tetrahedral arrangement and then sharpened. These are road spikes. Always have one point facing up. I think they're going to be highly effective when I drop them from the back of the evading spy car.
With over 100 of these lethal little tire shredders, he might be right. But Jamie also has a point.
Now, I have no doubt that these tacks are going to stick in the tires, but will they deflate the tires quickly enough to keep our spy happy? I'm not so sure.
Well, first, a quick check on the rules of the chase.
So, Brian, what are the criteria for escaping?
If Adam's able to get far enough ahead of us that he actually loops and gets behind us, then he's gotten away. Also, if he makes a turn on the course someplace that I don't catch, and then we end up taking a different turn or a different route, then I've lost him.
Okay, then.
The cones are lined up to mark out a long and winding road, and they're ready to rumble.
Okay,
the tacks. Eat my...
Make no mistake, both drivers are hell-bent on surviving the chase. Brian keeps a respectful distance of 5 or 6 car lengths.
Hey, he's picking up a little speed.
Eventually, right before a curve, Adam deploys the car-stopping spikes.
There we go.
Despite his considerable skill, Brian's going too fast to avoid all the tacks.
Yeah, they stuck in. I can hear them.
But at least for the moment, the chase car shows no signs of losing momentum.
We must have had about a half a dozen at least in there, and we're holding on just fine. I wouldn't take corners too fast in it, but okay, we got you. Bang, 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 bang.
So what happens? Oh, I got you.
Well, you did, but then you didn't. The tacks went into the tires, but we were on your tail for several minutes afterwards. It didn't slow us down.
I thought that as soon as you hit the tacks, you'd be skidding off the road immediately.
I've got flat tires, but you still didn't get away.
No, I didn't get away.
Yeah.
Shoot, I wouldn't have called that.
The tags eventually worked, but they took their sweet time to stop the car.
And I'll say one thing else. While I'm fagging it out on this course, hell-bent for leather, it's really disconcerting to look into my rearview mirror and see Brian, like, impassively driving after me like it's not... He's like a lion playing with his food.
Jamie thinks he knows why the spikes kind of worked, and kind of didn't.
Problem with tacks is that they plug the hole that they create, and they don't let the air out quick enough. Now, eventually, sure, your tire is going to deflate, but as far as a pursuit goes, you could hang on for quite a while.
As a quick escape option, the tacks didn't cut it. So it's on with phase 2 of the myth, stopping the pursuer by blinding them with a cloud of smoke.
Now we were offered the chance to use a minimum smoke grenade, but we said, hell no! Give us maximum smoke, military style. What does that look like? I don't know. Let's check it out.
Providing the wind doesn't pick up, that should work nicely.
This rig is about as simple as it gets. All you do is pull the pin, you've got smoke. All I've done is strap them to the back of the inside of the car. I've hooked them up to cables that go into the cockpit of the car. I pull on the cables, I'm gone in a puff of smoke.
Well, that's the theory.
Okay, smoke evasion, you guys ready?
That's affirmative, lawbreaker. Do your worst.
Right from the get-go, Jamie sets a cracking pace through the traffic cones. Brian has no idea when to expect the smoke, but he doesn't have long to wait. For the first few seconds, the deployment looks picture perfect. It's right about now that it all goes horribly wrong, as Jamie's convertible starts filling with smoke. He misses the wall by a whisker, and the chase is called off before Jamie swallows more than his pride.
I think he has to get out.
I think so, too.
You okay? Can we get some water over here for Jamie right away? The smoke has gone literally everywhere. It's coming out of every nook and cranny of this car.
We're gonna have to reset and try it again.
I didn't like inhaling all that smoke, so I've done a couple of things. The first is that I've put the smoke bombs out away from the car. And the second is, Adam's gonna drive.
So the scene is set for a smarter and healthier smokescreen.
All right, Jamie, are you ready?
We're ready.
Okay. Eat my smoke.
Adam leads Brian on a merry chase.
You know, this is pretty fun.
Till the time comes to pull the pin on those twin grenades.
Oh, there we go. I gotta say, that's pretty effective.
The smoke comes thick and fast as the chase car slows to a crawl.
Oh.
And Adam actually starts to catch up. With the red car now in Brian's rearview mirror, Adam's officially shaking his tail.
I think that's a win.
Good job.
That was awesome. At one point, I looked over and Jamie and Brian were like all the way across the course. At that point, I figured I had it.
With one crucial adjustment, the smokescreen worked big time. Now to move on to a test that should push Brian's skills to the limit.
Now, we know this is good for the taste buds and bad for the waistline. The question is it good for the escapee and bad for the pursuer? I think it will be.
As Adam implied, we are doing our best to save the planet. The lubricant of choice is vegetable oil. The setup is simple. 2 bottomed-out buckets are lined with clear plastic. So, with a tug of the cord, the bags should each spill 5 gallons of oil on the tarmac.
Okay, guys, I'm all oiled up and ready to go. Are you ready?
We're ready, yes.
This should be slick.
Knowing what's coming won't help Brian avoid a potential disaster. The course is too narrow to skirt round the slick, and he doesn't know when or where Jamie plans to give him the slip.
And then we see oil pour out of his back, and Brian tries to avoid it, but actually, because Jamie does it on a turn, it sort of crosses the whole road, and we can't avoid it.
The chase car has clearly lost traction. It slips and it slides as Brian struggles to point the nose forward and stay on the track.
Definitely made it slick.
Yes, definitely.
He's lost valuable time as the car careens sideways, and Jamie decides to quit while he's ahead.
What did you think?
That was fascinating. I would have to call that moderately effective. It didn't make us spin out, but it definitely threw us off our game, didn't it?
It slowed us down.
That was definitely enough to do it. We were surfing all over the road. Brian was really expert, but at one point, you were all the way across the course from us.
But they never lost track of Jamie. And he sure didn't circle up behind them. Making a call is a slippery decision.
Well, it doesn't get much neater than this. 10 gallons of oil dropped on a hairpin turn at speed. The rig worked perfectly. Unfortunately, it didn't cause us to totally spin out and lose control of our car. Jamie did get far ahead, but Brian was able to stay on the road.
So where does that leave us overall?
Well, let's tally them up. Tax.
Busted.
Smokescreen.
Confirmed.
Oil slick.
Somewhere in the middle.
I agree. Somewhere in the middle. All right, let's get out of here, and slowly, please.
That's 3 classic evasion techniques done and dusted. But they're having way too much fun to stop here. To keep the thrills coming, Adam and Jamie are going to take on each other with their own custom-built car stoppers.
Now it's time for Jamie and I to go head-to-head, implementing our own versions of evasion techniques. I will be adding something pretty cool to this white car right here, and Jamie will be adding something I think perhaps a little less cool to the blue car right there. All right, let's get started.
So it's spy versus spy. The only restriction is that each device is completely hidden inside or under the car.
Welcome. I'm so glad you've come. Pop quiz, what do you see here on the table? You may see a random collection of plumbing parts. I see the next evolution in spy evasion technology. Ow!
If you think Adam's being deliberately obscure, get a load of Jamie.
You know what they say, the best defense is a good offense. Well, I figure I'm gonna make something that I can take right to the pursuer's car, deliver it point blank, and take him out.
Ensuring their secrets remain just that, a huge curtain divides the workshop. While Adam assembles what looks and sounds like a prototype space shuttle toilet, Jamie gets low down and nasty.
Yeah, baby. That thing starts to dig in. We got some trouble on our hands.
It's clear from the outset this mystery rig will be heavy duty, as gear teeth are cut into crumbly steel with a plasma torch. Whatever he's building, it's a safe bet this would get you suspended from metal shock.
That ought to do it.
After hours of diligent, diabolical labor, Jamie's finally up for some show and tell.
I've made this relatively simple-looking little thing out of chromoly steel, and it's flat enough to mount underneath my car, out of sight and out of mind. But it's going to be mounted in a gun, and I'm going to drive up to the pursuer's car, fire this from under my car right over the ground to under their car, at which point it changes and it goes like that.
If it works on the day, that's a bona fide car crippler.
Yeah.
Adam, meantime, is taking his show on the road. In a radical twist, it looks like he's trying to slow himself down.
That's promising right there.
The idea is to shut down the chase car with a parachute blindfold, launched from that strange plumbing project. He'll cut the rig loose when it's caught enough air. The main chute deployed by a much smaller one called a drogue.
I'm gonna try throwing this out as I drive and see if that launches this parachute for me.
Adam takes off, and short of cutting loose, the big chute seems to work.
Ow! Okay, ow. The parachute launched and immediately ripped this off the trunk and sent it into my head. But I like the drogue chute. It seems like a nice quick deploy.
While Adam untangles, Jamie adds to his arsenal. How this one fits in is anyone's guess.
It's still smoking.
But his real party piece is the Auto Stop 3000, installed in a tube welded under the chassis. Jamie's also relying on air pressure to power his weapon.
This is how this works. When I pull this trigger, the pressurized air that's in this tank goes through the valve, out the bottom of the car, and out the barrel. In 3, 2, 1. And so the air from the car has shot this whole assembly out the bottom of this car, aimed for the bottom of the neighboring car. That would be a successful test.
Far from prying eyes, Adam's been busy customizing his rig. Then, just to rattle Jamie's cage,
Yeah, bring in all the puppies and all the lead.
on that disturbing note, it's time to return to a favorite MythBusters test track. This abandoned suburb at Fort Ord.
Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
I want to go first because I don't think you can handle my technique.
Knock yourself out.
Okay, here's my plan. Right about here, I'm going to push the launch switch, activating the cannon, setting the drogue chute out behind my car. At this point, Brian and Jamie are likely to wonder what the hell's going on, and they're likely to back off a little bit. It'll take the drogue chute a little while to fully inflate the parachute. Right about here, in fact. At that point, Brian and Jamie are likely to be wondering what the hell I'm doing slowing myself down with a parachute. And this is where I activate the final part of my plan, which is to cut the cord that holds the parachute to my car. They will either A, get entangled in the parachute, or B, figure that because the parachute stopped, I've stopped, and they will stop. Meanwhile, I will have pulled into my secret hiding place out of sight of the road, sending them down the wrong road looking for me in the wrong place. I think it's a pretty sound plan. I think it'll work.
Let's remember that Jamie hasn't a clue the plan is to blind him with billows of nylon.
Nothing to see here, folks.
Are you guys ready?
We're all set.
Okay, eat my dust.
Adam takes off like a shell from a shotgun. Once again, Brian's steering the chase car. These streets have never seen speeds like these.
You're not gonna catch me. I got a secret weapon right here on the dash.
And the chute is let loose right on the mark.
There it goes, it's deployed. Parachute's out. Oh, and it's away.
Nice try, but no cigar.
I hope that wasn't all he had.
Well, it was all he had. The parachute worked, but it didn't stop the chase car.
Ah, they caught me.
Adam's been totally tailed to his secret lair.
Well, shoot!
Well, your device deployed fine.
It deployed beautifully. I was hoping it would either make you stay too far back or you'd get entangled in it.
If it had caught us just right, it might have worked, but it didn't.
Adam admits that it could have gone better.
It might work under certain circumstances, but to be a viable spy car evasion technique, it really has to work every time. So I think we've got to relegate the parachute to the dustbin of failed ideas.
Now it's Jamie's turn to try and take out this head-to-head challenge. And if his plan comes off, Adam's in for the ride of his life.
First up are my tailgater terminators, which are gonna deploy out of the back of my car like so. Notice that I've placed them in a narrow area that the chase car pretty much has to go through, and that means that they have to drive over these things. Frankly, if they do, I think they're done. But if they're still moving, I go to plan B, which is the side shooter. Now, this puppy will be shooting out from underneath my car to underneath their car, where it opens up, and also will prohibit them from moving forward. Not to mention the fact that I have a smoke bomb that is going to be set off at the same time just for, well, fun.
Probably just as well Adam doesn't know what's about to hit him.
Hey, guys.
Yeah?
See if you can keep up, okay?
Roger that. Secret agent codename Walrus. Go!
Just a few seconds in, Jamie launches the first of his deadly barrages.
He's playing the game. I said puppies. He's throwing puppies out.
Brian heedlessly plows through the pelting of puppies and regains lost ground. To pull off his serious double deployment, Jamie needs a narrow stretch of road. Brian has no choice but to take on the spikes, only to find he's been set up for the sucker punch.
And then Jamie's just looking at us. We hear this boom, whoa, and he takes off.
And incredibly, Adam and Brian lurch off right behind him, hauling enough shrapnel to sink a battleship.
We are on you!
The car's leaking gas, and the noise is not healthy. But they ride Jamie's tail for a 5-minute lap of the desolate streets, till their prey makes a bolt for his burrow.
We found him!
You guys are leaking a little bit. I don't know. What do you think? Did I get away or didn't I?
Technically, you didn't get away because we saw you turn in here from the road, so we caught you.
If you'd have went any farther, we wouldn't have, because this thing wasn't running much longer.
One of the spikes is still stuck in the car, and Jamie can't fathom how it didn't stop them.
I can't believe they were able to keep going. I mean, I thought those spikes were a death trap for that car. So how are we going to wrap this up?
Well, between the 5 things that we tested, I think we've definitely proved that stopping a car that's chasing you instantly in its tracks is actually really hard.
Well, your parachute might have worked under perfect circumstances, but as it was pretty much a bust.
And your spikes, while ultimately, I think, effective in the long haul, were far from instantaneous.
Something tells me you guys are already cooking up other ideas.
Yeah.
There we go.
So, now we know exactly how to...
I gotta say, that's pretty effective.
And how not...
There we go.
...to shake a bad guy from your tail.
Parachute's out!
Nice try, but no cigar.
Jamming it in reverse is no substitute for good old-fashioned brakes. And if there's one thing duct tape can't do... We found it at the test track.